We are not alone.
4 different species of aliens. Another scientist called them Greys, Nordics, Insectoids, and Reptilians.
A few days ago, national news headlines dropped a bombshell that mainstream media is scrambling to contain. Credible insiders just leaked that the United States government is quietly holding evidence of 4 distinct alien species in custody. While the world panics over what this modern disclosure means, they are looking in the wrong direction. The real shockwave isn't what these 4 species are doing today, it's what they did thousands of years ago. Because when you look at the declassified descriptions of these entities, a terrifying truth emerges. Ancient civilizations didn't just know about them, they were working with them. To find out exactly how deep this goes, we have to look at what the recent government leaks call the Nordics and the Greys. The declassified reports describe the Nordics as highly advanced, humanoid beings standing over 6 feet tall, while the Greys are categorized as biological, engineered entities with massive black eyes, acting as the primary observers of Earth. If you think this is a modern sci-fi script, look at the year 3100 BC in ancient Mesopotamia. Over 5,000 years ago, the Sumerian civilization seemingly materialized overnight with advanced law, architecture, and flawless astronomical mathematics that should have been impossible for the era. The Sumerians left us the answer on thousands of clay tablets, but mainstream science dismissed it as myth. They wrote extensively about the Anunnaki, which translates literally to those who from heaven to earth came. But look closely at the signs they left behind. The Sumerian kings' lists don't describe gods, they describe a strict hierarchy. They carved massive, towering humanoid figures with striking, distinct features that perfectly match the modern descriptions of the Nordics. Even more chilling are the Ubaid lizard-headed figurines dating back to 4000 BC, showing stylized, large-eyed, elongated faces that bear a terrifying resemblance to the biological Greys and reptilians mentioned in the latest news leak. The ancient texts state that these beings brought down Nam-Lugal, the sacred concept of kingship, directly from the stars, handing humanity the exact blueprints for civilization. If the Pentagon's newly unsealed Pursue files are finally admitting these distinct biological entities exist in our skies today, it means the Sumerian tablets aren't allegories. They are the oldest, most accurate historical logbook on the planet. But the declassified disclosures get far deeper and far more unsettling. In the recent closed-door intelligence briefings leaked to the public, researchers and insiders identified 2 other highly specific categories of entities, the reptilian and insectoid classes. Crucially, military intelligence files describe these specific biologies as having strong subterranean connections, entities built to operate, survive, and manipulate environments deep within the Earth's crust and massive underground cavities. This single piece of information suddenly solves an ancient enigma that has baffled archaeologists for decades: the sheer, impossible scale of Bronze Age mining. Between 3000 BC and 1200 BC, all across the ancient world, from the massive, deep vertical shafts of Great Orme to the vast, complex labyrinthian networks deep under the Iberian Peninsula, thousands of tons of raw copper and tin were violently extracted from the earth. Mainstream history wants us to believe that primitive, tribal humans dug hundreds of feet straight down into solid rock, engineering complex wooden elevator shafts and pulley systems using nothing but deer antlers, stone hammers, and fire. But the math simply doesn't work. The sheer volume of high-grade ore missing from these prehistoric European mines far exceeds what local populations used for simple jewelry or basic tools. If the newly declassified Pursue files are correct about these subterranean, industrial-class entities, we are looking at a terrifying new paradigm. These ancient mines weren't isolated human primitive operations. They were highly organized, global ore extraction sites. Human labor wasn't mining for themselves. They were mining under orders. They were feeding a massive, transcontinental supply chain to harvest the rare metals required for a non-human intelligence's advanced, exotic technology. We weren't building a civilization. We were running an interstellar quarry. While the Sumerian tablets document the creators, and the prehistoric mines expose the extraction teams, the newly leaked government intelligence files point to a third distinct category of entity, a species associated with high-energy anomalies, localized frequency manipulation, and advanced molecular metallurgy. In the modern declassified files, this intelligence is noted for interacting with human defense networks and leaving behind physical traces of materials with impossible isotopic ratios. But if you look at the dawn of the Viking Age around 793 AD and stretch backward into the deep Germanic Iron Age, our ancestors described this exact phenomenon. They just called it the magic of the gods. For centuries, mainstream weapon historians have been stunned by the sudden appearance of ultra-pure, high-carbon steel blades in Scandinavia. Most famously, the legendary Ulfbert swords forged between 800 AD and 1000 AD. The crucible technology required to remove slag and heat iron to create this level of purity technically wasn't invented by modern humans until the Industrial Revolution in the 18th century. Yet, Norse smiths were somehow executing this exact molecular manipulation in primitive charcoal pits. Ancient Norse folklore explains this anomaly plainly. The texts state that Odin's personal spear, Gungnir, was etched with sacred runes and forged by the Diverger, mysterious, non-human entities described as master smiths who lived inside rocks and mountains, possessing an unnatural, advanced understanding of the Earth's elements. Look at the signs left behind on these legendary weapons. The runes weren't mere decoration. The sagas explicitly declare that spelling out these precise geometric symbols activated the weapon's kinetic energy, ensuring it never missed its mark. When we look at this ancient blade, glowing with the electric blue light of an active energy grid, the pieces of modern disclosure finally click into place. It wasn't mythical magic. It was high-tech blueprinting. This third species didn't just give our ancestors weapons. They gifted selected bloodlines advanced molecular data, encoded directly into the steel, leaving a permanent non-human fingerprint at the very heart of warrior history. When you connect the dots across these isolated eras, mainstream history completely falls apart. We are not looking at separate, disconnected ancient myths. We are looking at a highly coordinated, multi-layered non-human presence that has been operating on Earth for thousands of years. And if you want the ultimate proof that our ancestors were recording reality, you only have to look at what is happening right now in May 2026. Under the historic Pursue Directive, the United States government has begun dumping massive tranches of unredacted, decades-old military files directly to the public through a new Department of War database. Alongside these official releases, explosive leaks from top-tier intelligence insiders, including renowned aerospace scientist Dr. Hal Puthoff and veteran researcher Eric Davis, have dropped a bombshell. They have confirmed that covert retrieval programs have actively categorized 4 distinct non-human species recovered from anomalous crafts: the Greys, the Nordics, the Reptilians, and the Insectoids. Look at how the modern classifications perfectly mirror the ancient record. The towering, advanced humanoids we call Nordics today are the exact genetic architects the Sumerians worshipped as the Anunnaki in 3100 BC. The industrial, subterranean classes categorized in the 2026 leaks as reptilians and insectoids match the impossible, subterranean mining operations that extracted thousands of tons of high-grade copper from the depths of Europe between 3000 and 1200 BC. And the high-energy, element-manipulating entities reported by modern military pilots are the exact same entities that forged the molecular anomalies of the Ulfbert steel swords for the Vikings. Our ancestors weren't writing fiction. They left the receipts carved in stone, buried in deep shafts, and forged into legendary blades. The modern disclosure movement isn't a look into our future. It is a terrifying confession about our past. The timeline is officially broken. The global network has been unburied, and mainstream history is irrelevant. The truth is no longer hidden beneath the earth. It's right above us. What do you think the government will be forced to declassify in the next tranche? Thank you for standing with us on the front lines of forgotten history here at Silent Lineage. The truth is a journey, and we are just getting started. If you are ready to help us unearth what mainstream science continues to bury, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and never miss a single piece of the puzzle. Until next time, keep searching.